Welcome to the NBA 411. I'm Prim Saripapat. The Western Conference Finals head to Oklahoma City for Game 3 Thursday, with the Spurs leading the series 2-0 over the Thunder. And with 10 straight playoff wins, the Spurs have the third most consecutive wins to start the postseason in NBA history. And San Antonio's 20 straight wins has them tied for third in the NBA record books as well. Now, Oklahoma City also made a mark in the record books. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook became the first set of 3 teammates to all score 25-plus points in a 48-minute playoff game since 1995. Now today, we ask our experts what the Thunder need to do to get their name not in the record books, but in the win column. We begin with Kevin Arnovitz.
Prim, the Thunder have to know that if this turns into a skills game, San Antonio has a serious advantage in this series, but Oklahoma City is the faster team, the more athletic team, the longer team, particularly when they go with the front line of Serge Ibaka with Kevin Durant at the power forward spot. That lineup can help them leverage all of their strengths. It will give them the flexibility to vary their defensive pick and roll coverages. It'll let them get out and run and essentially turn the game into the kind of speed fest that really benefits the Thunder. That's their challenge back in Oklahoma City.
When you look at his numbers overall in this series against the San Antonio Spurs, Kevin Durant has had a pretty solid start. He's averaging 29 points and shooting 50% from the field. But there's a reason why Durant and the Thunder are scratching their heads as they retreat to Oklahoma City for games 3 and 4. And part of that reason is because of Durant's lack of production in the fourth quarter. When you consider the way he finished off the Lakers in such a clutch fashion in the previous series, Durant has been next to non-existent down the stretch against the Spurs. He has a total of 5 field goal attempts and 1 made shot over 2 fourth quarters that have been played so far. Yes, the league's leading scorer has made 1 basket in the fourth quarter of this series so far against the Spurs. Credit San Antonio's defense with Danny Granger, Kawhi Leonard, and Steven Jackson, but this is more than that. This is about Durant finding a way to be more assertive and his teammates, more importantly, finding a way to get him more involved. Otherwise, this series could be over a lot quicker than we all anticipated. Back to you, Prim.
Thanks, guys. Now let's hear from Jeff Kaplan in Texas on what the streaking Spurs will likely do when the series moves to OKC for Game 3. Jeff?
The San Antonio Spurs take a 2-0 lead to Oklahoma City, where the Thunder will be desperate to figure out a way to slow down this diverse, team-oriented offense led by Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Don't count the Spurs as simply a three-point shooting team. Even though they hit 11 in Game 2, this team finds the open man, whether it's beyond the arc or slashing, cutting to the basket. They have 92 points in the paint. 49 baskets have been assisted upon, and in Game 2, they shot 55% and scored 120 points. If the Thunder are going to get back in the series, they have to figure out a way to put an end to so many different Spurs getting the ball for wide open looks.
Thanks, Jeff. Today, our buzzer beater is about Tim Duncan. His contract expires July 1st, but the 4-time NBA champ, and maybe 5-time NBA champ, says he has no intention of leaving and would like to retire as a San Antonio Spur. And did you know that Tim actually started out as a swimmer and really only began playing basketball in 9th grade because a hurricane wiped out the only Olympic-sized pool in his hometown in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands? Funny how things work out. Now, what to watch for. We have the Eastern Conference Finals on our air all week. The Celtics will try to beat the Heat in Game 2 in Miami Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern Time. And then we have an encore performance Friday night, also at 8:30, as the Miami Heat travel to Beantown for Game 3, and I recommend the clam chowder. All games can be seen on ESPN and ESPN3. That's going to do it for this edition of the NBA 411. I'm Prim Saripapat. Thanks for watching and enjoy the games.